Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.com. Thank you for joining me today for a card making video for the Inspire Create Challenges design team. So every fortnight we release a new challenge, and this time around we're playing with a sketch. So if you pop along to my blog that's linked in the description, you'll see that sketch along with some other pictures, and then there'll also be a link to the challenge itself. There you'll be able to see all the other design team projects, as well as being able to upload your own picture of your project that you've created with this sketch. Okay, so do pop along, it's real fun. Like I say, it's every fortnight or so, but it runs till like sort of midweek, so I think it closes on the Wednesday. So do check it out, it's real fun. Okay, and then these challenges as well, one, they're challenges, so sometimes they stretch your comfort zone, a bit like the one did last time where we had to do something that wasn't a card. So I hope you saw that, and that was me stretching my comfort zone to create something different. And then sketches as well are really, sketches and colour challenges in fact, really help with that creative block, I think, and it sort of gives you something to launch off and gives you a starting point. So like I say, it's a sketch today, and you'll see it where it's got a series of circles on it and a strip across it. Okay, so this is my interpretation of that sketch. Like I say, you don't have to stick to it exactly, but it just gives you that idea, and we should be able to see where that inspiration has come from. Okay, so I've just replaced two of those circles with flowers. Okay, there was leaves on there as well. There was a strip across the middle which I've used ribbon for. So yeah, this is what we're going to do today. Alright, so of course we're going to change the colours. These, every single one of the retiring in colours is in use here. So we've got Tahitian Tide cardstock blending on the flowers and in the background, a little bit of a splatter. This splatter is Orchid Oasis. We've got Starry Sky, Parakeet Party and Sweet Sorbet. So all of those colours are retiring. They are the outgoing in colours, but we're getting 5 brand new ones, which are really, really amazing. Okay, so that's what we've done today, but of course I'm going to spin it all up. I'm going to go back to some nice happy colours that I like to use a lot of. So yeah, let's get cracking. The products today, so there's a few things that are currently online exclusives. So a lot of these products you won't see in the catalogue, but you'll see them on the website. There'll be links in the description anyway. So first up is Irresistible Blooms. Okay, this is one of the first real sort of showstopper online exclusives. Okay, so nice florals, the lovely spatter. So that's the sort of focus points for our card today, and we've got the coordinating dies to go with that to cut out those things. I did sort of wonder about using this circle to create something for today, with it having a lot of circles involved, but opted for something else instead. Wonderful Thoughts is a carryover set, brilliant set of sentiments. So, and I wanted something that was long and skinny to coordinate with the design of the sketch challenge. So picked out this Congratulations. This has some dies that will cut out those sentiments rather than you fussy cutting them out, but of course you could. You don't have to have the dies at all. These will be carrying into the annual catalogue. And then we've also got these two sets of dies. This is Everyday Details and Radiating Stitches. This one's been around for a little while, but I've used that lovely circle there to create this layer. Okay, and then the background there is from Everyday Details. So there's two sets in here, two cards. There's some rectangles as well, so those all fit together as well. So these are all of these are online exclusives. Okay, but this is going to carry over into the catalogue. All right. Loads of other options you could use. There's 3 circle punches that are online exclusive. There's the decal circles. They're also online exclusives. So it's really worth looking at the Stampin' Up website. Create yourselves an account and look on there too for all those extra bits and pieces. Okay. So we're going to do a bit of our stamping and stuff now. So just going to go back to sort of colours I like to use a lot of, okay? And one of my absolute favourites is Blackberry Bliss. And I don't really use it a whole load, but I really love it when I do, okay? So this is it. Where does this sit now? Is this in neutrals now? Yeah, this one's moved around in the colour families. So there we go with Blackberry Bliss. Lovely deep colour. It kind of sits somewhere between pink and purple. It's kind of nice. And I can see why it's in the neutrals. Really, it's sort of it can have almost like a brown look to it, depending on what you pair it with. But it's definitely something that you can kind of bring in with some of the more subtle colours, which is what we're going to use alongside this, but also alongside some brights, which are also included in today's card. Okay, so I don't know whether you can see that, but it's really deep, and it's almost like I bet it almost looks black almost on there. So yeah, really deep colour. So I can understand why we've decided to move that into the neutrals. It's a really great colour. We're also going to use that darker colour for the sentiment. So just going to grab the congratulations there on one of the H blocks. One of my favourite blocks, using loads of them. So H and D are my favourite blocks. They kind of seem to cover most eventualities. So this one's good for these long skinny sentiments. Do have a look on the website as well for some of the blocks are actually going to retire. So we're losing 3 block sizes from the products. So if you like the little diddy one, isn't that lovely? Really cool. And that's a photopolymer stamp set. You can still get beautiful detail from photopolymer stamps, okay? And that never used to be the case, but these are really high quality. So it's you're not going to lose out by getting photopolymer stamps. And for some things, sorry, just taking some time just to clean that, because I don't like I like to try and reduce the staining as much as possible on those. So I'm just going to give that a good clean before moving on. So yeah, photopolymer stamps as well, it can be really advantageous to be able to see through your stamp as well, so that you can you can position it exactly where you want it to be. Okay, so there we go with that then. I'll pop those just off to the side here. So like I say, there's a die for that. I should get that on a t-shirt. You know, what do they say now? There's an app for that. There's a die for that. Okay. And these fit really nicely over the top, but there's nothing to stop you fussy cutting that if you wanted to just get the stamps. Okay. So those are ready to die cut, so I'm going to pop those onto that cutting plate just ready there. The leaves, we're going to go back to soft sea foam. Really nice colour. This one's a bit like Marmite. In fact, I would say all the light greens are a bit Marmite. Some people love or hate this. Some people love or hate lemon lime twists. Some people love or hate Granny Apple Green. Now, I quite like Granny Apple Green, but I know people really detest it. I know people love lemon lime twist. Not so much of a fan. and I like this one. I think this is a nice soft colour. That's sort of middle of the road. If I'm honest, I miss mint macaron. I think that went really well with Blackberry Bliss. And the other one I miss is Pear Pizzazz. So that was a nice middle of the road kind of colour as well. But can't keep everything, so use what we have. So now we've got these 3 sets of leaves already. So again, I'm just going to pop a couple of those coordinating dies over the top of that. We're going to have to obviously put that through twice. Make sure your dies aren't going to overlap. Because that's the one way you'll damage a die, is by overlapping them and crossing into each other. So obviously we'll have to put that through twice, but that's fine, it's okay, it doesn't take a minute, so I'll put that in. But before we do anything with this one, I just want to add a little bit of ink to it. So I'm going to grab, I'm actually grabbing fresh freesia, and we'll get our purple blending brush. Just make sure there's, don't clean these per se, but just sort of rub off the excess ink from the previous project, load it up again and just make sure it's running true to the colour that I want. And I don't want a lot, I just want to take off the white, really. I'm not trying to colour this, I'm just trying to take away the white. I'm going to need that again, so I'm just going to leave that to one side just for a second, and we'll bring in the dies for those as well. Again, really easy to line up. There's usually some kind of, you know, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Like an indicator, I guess, because there's this really round petal and then there's this sort of petal here that kind of indicates the orientation of it. And for this one, I feel like it's this one that sort of sticks out here. But most of the time you don't really have much bother lining up these dies. It's usually reasonably obvious how they go together. So just going to try and put those onto my cutting plate to maximise the amount I can get out in one pass. Okay, so remember, this is what we're aiming for, and we're using a sketch challenge today, which is why we've chosen the layout that we have. So we'll just do this first pass of this, and we'll have, oops, a set of leaves there and a set of leaves here. This is the one that we need to do again, so we'll just hold on to that and reposition that. Just using some washi tape to secure those into place. Flowers are done, and here's our sentiments. Okay, so just this set of leaves to quickly run through. I think all of those fit through the mini as well, so if you've only got the mini machine you can do that too. I'd already cut one of the radiating stitches dies there, so that's already done. Just popping those over to one side so that I could have got them all together. And then I've got this one as well. So, well, let's do what I need to do with this ink pad, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. So, the base layer, we're going to build onto a Whisper White. Whisper White? Oh goodness, we haven't had Whisper White in a long time. Basic White. card panel. It's funny, old habits die hard, you know. 3 3/4 by 5.5. That is, so that's slightly smaller than what I would than a full card layer. So I want the cardstock from the card base to show through. Okay, and we're just going to apply just a little bit of ink across the middle of this card, and I'm not going to worry too much about smudges and splodges with this. Not really necessarily going for the smoothest blend in the world with this. I just want to get some colour down just to break up the background a little bit. So just across the middle there, however you fancy, get it on. It's cool. Okay, and then while we have that pad out, we're also going to add a few of these little sort of splotchy details. So it's all very sort of tone on tone like that, really random, and sort of twist it around as you go. So that's it for Fresh Freesia. Beautiful colour, beautiful colour. But I'm going to bring in Berry Burst. Okay, this is the only bit of Berry Burst we're going to use. So you could take it or leave it, you don't have to use it at all, but having a little bit of a deeper pink in there, I think just sort of lifts that background just a little teeny bit. And it's only a little smidge, but you know, like I say, totally optional. You don't have to include that bit if you don't want to. Okay, so while we've got this out, just going to, that made more noise than I was anticipating. I'm going to grab a couple of bits of tape and a length of this herringbone ribbon. So really nice white ribbon that we've got at the moment. We'll be leaving us though, so stock up on what you need before they disappear. And I'm just using some sticky tape just to secure that around the back. Now, if you've seen my videos before, you know I usually I'll just whack some seal on the back of this, but this is quite thick and I want it to make sure it stays in place. So I'm just using some sticky tape to do that. So that's given me that panel across the middle there. Okay, so that's where we're going with that. Now this circle on the sample card, you'll see it's in the dark accent colour, which we've used Blackberry Bliss for ours today. So I'm actually going to bring in just this nice thick piece of cardstock. So if you're in a position where you may not have all the colours of cardstock, or you're running low, or don't have a scrap big enough or whatever, my top tip is to use one of the Stampin' Blends or Stampin' Right markers to colour the cardstock. Now we're only going to be using the, we're only going to see the edge of this, so we don't need to cover the whole lot, just enough. Okay, and the advantage of using a blend, of course, is that those holes are a little rough, so just want to be careful with that. Don't damage the tip of your marker. The advantage of using a blend, sorry, I forgot what I was going to say, was that you're going to, you're less likely to get like sort of streaky marks. You can use your ink pad, use a blending tool if you wanted a softer look but a coordinated look. Okay, but you might want to just go over it a couple of times just to make sure that you get that nice deep colour. And I don't know whether you noticed, because I was going over the back as well, just to make sure that the whole of that colour is sort of saturated through. Okay, and it dries real quick if you use a blend. Okay, so you get a coordinated look, okay, but with markers rather than with your coloured cardstock that you might be wanting to save. Alright, so once that's on, no one's going to really know the difference. Okay, so you can just use some seal or wet glue, whatever you want. This is just flat, so you can use whatever method you like for just sticking that down. And we're going to start building our card. So card base wise, I decided to go with Lemon Lolly just to sort of brighten it all up a little bit. It's really cute colour, really cute. Okay, so this is going to go on with my seal adhesive like this, because it's fast and generally mess free. Okay, and it's strong, and that's the regular seal, that's not even the Seal Plus. So there is a stronger tape that you can purchase called Seal Plus. If you're doing something, you know, like kinetic cards or something like that, where they're going to be moved a lot, you might want to have a stronger tape. There's loads to choose from. You just choose whatever is going to work best for you in terms of how you craft and how you want to use them. Okay, so now we just need to build all this up. Okay, alright, so again, we can just pop this in. So if this flappy ribbon annoys you, just use a glue dot underneath it. But by the time we've put all the other stuff on, I think we're going to be good to go with this. So that's going to have to go on with some wet glue, because we're going to have to stick that over this ribbon. So I'm going to put plenty of that on. Okay, and it's just going to go above centre. Okay, and you may want to just put a block on that just to help it adhere just for a minute. The little blooms here are going to pop up, so let's get some dimensionals onto these. Love stamping dimensionals. Again, another really easy way to add a look of you know, luxury without necessarily spending a fortune on products. Okay, and you get like 300 little hexagons, but then you can also use the little strips as well around the edge, which is also really cool. So you get loads of value for money when you get those. So these are going to be overhanging on the onto the back of the card. So we're going to be covering a lot of that splatter up, which is a shame. Okay, so it might have been better to have just sort of position these and decide where that splatter is going to go. Or we can add a little bit more afterwards. Okay, so that's roughly how the sketch has laid out the circles for us. Okay, likewise with these leaves, so I'm just going to use seal on like just the base of these, and tuck them in and press them down, and they'll stick just fine. This bigger set's going to go in here somewhere. Make sure it goes underneath those layers a bit more. There we go. Now we've got one coming in here and one coming in under here. So again, I'm using the sketch to help me with the positioning of where I'm going to put all this stuff. Okay, and then we want to pop in our little congratulations. So just going to use some liquid glue here, so we just need to just run a little sliver of that across there and just pick that up. So I used a contrasting colour on the original sample, but we sort of blended it in. The Lemon Lolly obviously isn't really a great colour for sentiments, and again you can use a block there to help keep that in. Maybe I could have gone with Berry Burst, that would have like popped a little bit more. onto the background, a bit like the red has on this one. Okay. Seems to be a bit far away today. Okay. So that's basically it. What I didn't do was add any gems or anything. Do you know what? These little green ones might be nice on this one, just to tie in a bit of the that green from the I think technically these are a retired colour called soft succulent, but don't tell anybody, it's fine. And we'll pop a couple of these silver ones on here. These are a retiring pack, so good to get them used up, so we'll pop those on as well. Okay, remember your rule of threes, odd numbers and whatever, they always look good then. Okay, alright, so I think I probably would have liked that sentiment to pop a little bit more on this. It kind of gets lost until you kind of see it, kind of thing. But I hope you like the colour combo that I've chosen. And of course, the world's your lobster in terms of colour. You can use whatever you like. Whatever combination makes you happy. But I wanted you to see this in two completely different colourways, which I think I've achieved there. Alright. So, like I say, this is a design team project for the Inspire Create Challenge. It is a sketch challenge this time around. Please do check the links, participate, look at everybody else's project, get some inspiration, and we'd love to see what you make. Alright. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. Do love the support this channel gets. Hope you're staying safe, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.